I knew that was you was gonna park there. I'm like, there's not one space to park, and Sergio parks right here.
It's my own VIP spot. Now you missed me almost.
How are you, man?
In the trunk.
Jeez, you're so fucking big.
Really?
It's so good. Yeah, man.
God.
Holy crap! I just saw Eddie. I'm like, man, what are you guys doing over here?
Yeah, Eddie's big. Eddie's fucking big.
I saw you. Dude, last time I saw you at the Olympia, you weren't.
Well, man, I
remember I was right after the shoulder thing and stuff.
Yeah, I wasn't even gonna go, but I met some stores for the sub companies.
Yeah.
So, and I'm glad that they got me down there because I met a lot of guys I never met before.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Plus, it was good for us to go. It was so great to see all those people in the stands, and that was nice.
It was so good. It was more good motivation seeing people I beat in the first call
Yeah.
out. So seeing that
man.
firsthand and knowing that I could have been there, so that's been motivating me to get back on it.
So I gotta tell that story because you guys had posted a picture on Instagram with Slank, you and Eddie, and Jay sent me that picture. Like, look at these guys, you gotta go shoot those guys. And I would have loved to catch you guys, all three, but he was just leaving. So I'm like, no, I gotta go to San Diego. It's been so long since I saw you.
And at Flex's gym.
Yeah, 27th. So 27th of March is when he's opening.
Yeah, I was just.
You gonna come?
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to come for the opening, but I'm gonna come. For
okay,
sure.
you better, because you know who wants to train with you.
I heard.
Right?
Daisy?
It's good to see you, man. I'm so glad.
I'm so glad you came.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. Let's get in there. Back in San Diego, you guys, for JTV, and I got these two big MF over here. Unbelievable. When I saw that Instagram post that Jay saw, he's like, you gotta go to San Diego. That was not a request. He said, you gotta go to San Diego and film Eddie and Sergio because they look awesome.
He probably just said Sergio. He probably didn't really say
No,
Eddie.
actually, you know what?
We're just adding that in to make you feel
No. You both. How much do you weigh right now?
So yeah, me and Aceto got to start prep Monday, and I was 306.
Okay.
So it's less than what we were for the Arnold.
Were you at 310 when I saw
Yeah,
you? Okay, so
310,
just like 4 pounds.
right.
You're over 305. You said you're about 305 right now?
305.
Unbelievable. You guys. This is what happens when you train together. This is like, I know it's only 2 days a week and stuff, but I want to talk after the training to see why you chose those two body parts, because you only train twice a week. But thanks for having me with you guys. It's been too long. I'm glad to be back in San Diego, and people are so excited. I've already put it out there. I'm shooting Sergio and Eddie. People are like, oh my god. So I have to put this out that quick. All right, thanks you guys.
Yeah, it's been a while. So every time he does a set, I like to let him know how much weight Nick Walker does. Because they were battling it out in Chicago. And then right at the end, they switched them, and Nick got him. So whenever he's working on, I like to remind him, Nick does a little bit more weight, I'm just saying.
It's all good. It's okay. Who plays harder than him at the Arnold? So was it? Your buddy Steve. So hey, Kuklo had him. He almost beat Kuklo.
Almost. That's a golden boy, though. At least he's not a rookie. Go. Come on, Nick, there's 2 more.
5 more.
Come on, first place. One more. Yeah.
Nice.
You're not talking shit, dude.
You're not doing it right.
Oh, we don't got time for this, dude. Just. 2, 3.
8, 9, 2 more. 1. On.
It's too much. I should do it for Trump.
It just kind of makes me wonder, if I did the splits at nationals, who would have been on top? I think I would have been there.
This Chicago's gonna be the first time we win against each other since
I
nationals.
was just gonna ask. This is,
So,
yeah, man.
If I win 2 in a row,
Then I'll keep a mouth shut. Not until then.
make them know your names. Come on, 3. 2 more. All the way up.
One more. 3, 2, come on. All the way up. One more. Big shoulders.
So then, since I lost to Kuklo at the Arnold, I figured if you can't beat him, join him. So I figured the elbow sleeves are the secret, and that's the only reason he beat me. So now you don't have an advantage anymore, Steve.
There you go. I'll make sure he sees this.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's the only open guy with them.
It's a good brand. I like these guys.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's the people that are involved
Yeah,
that I like.
yeah. Luke's a good guy.
Right,
I filmed him with Nick Walker a few months ago at Gold.
Oh,
Remember that?
Yeah,
I think
right.
last year.
In Venice.
Yes, in Venice.
That's the first time I ever saw Nick.
Yeah.
He was still an amateur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. That was before the USA.
I know. I was like, Jesus, who is that? Marcus Rule? And then it was
I
Nick
know.
Walker.
Big kid.
Selena Mercanja, message front desk. Selena Mercanja, message from front desk.
Fuck, just Nick Walker?
Better.
Shit!
All right, back in the gym in San Diego, my good buddies, Sergio and Eddie. I'm so glad I made the drive. Do you know it's almost 5 hours from Vegas to come here?
Oh, so you came straight here.
Yeah. I couldn't wait to come here. Jay wanted me to come, but I was so excited to see you guys. I didn't get to see you at the Olympia. You were not in Florida.
I was not. No.
You didn't go, right?
I missed it. Yeah, unfortunately.
He was in fucking Tulum, Mexico.
Oh, that's right. I think you were on vacation. I think I remember that. Yeah, I think that's okay. That's cool. It was a good show though. Sergio, how was that for you? I want to talk about it because you just told me off camera and you said, "Oh, I'll save it for the camera." I'm really glad you came because I think it was such a needed break for all of us to actually go to a real show, a real Olympia with a
Right.
bunch of
In
people.
person, with crowd.
How did you feel watching the show? You should have been on that stage, I gotta tell you.
Well, first I was like really depressed because my shoulder thing happened.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was even crazier. I got hiccups for like 3 days straight. That's what actually messed me up more than anything. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, started losing my mind. So when someone asked me to go to the Olympia, I was like, man, no way. Immediately I was like, I'm not going. I really didn't want to go because I knew I should have been up there competing. If they would have just had the show in Australia, I would have got my points and I would have been up there.
know.
And who knows what I would have placed at. But also myself, I just wasn't confident in myself, and I felt like I should be doing work, not going on a trip. But because of Cosmic now, I don't get that opportunity to be able to just disappear and just kind of go 0 dark 30 like I like to. But it actually ended up working out for me because I was kind of like coerced into going. Not only did I get to hang out with you, and I got to spend some time with Aceto. I don't remember the last time I've been able to spend time with Aceto, and it wasn't in a prep or for a competition. You know, it's like
nice, huh?
the little time that we get to be ourselves and be normal.
It's nice.
But on an added bonus, I got to run into John Meadows, and now me and him are working together, and we're training.
Ooh, Scoop!
And man, that just came out. We just got to work out in together while I was out there.
I love him.
And man,
He's
he
a
really
big guy.
is. He's very rare. He's a rare breed. It doesn't
Yeah.
make sense to be good. He's really the only person from the 90s not bashing today's bodybuilding. Really, to tell you the truth. He's the only one who doesn't have to compare his era to this era. You know what he does? He just helps this era. Instead of like trying to have pointless conversations of which one was better or not, why don't you like give your hand to the guys that need it? You know, there's tons of guys in the 90s that could be helping us, but they're too busy trying to tell us how much better they were than us. And Meadows is just different. He's able
Make
to
today better instead of complaining.
right.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy for that. I think that's going to be a really good combo with Aceto and him because I feel like they both will work good together.
So is he helping you remote, or how does that work? Because he's,
So
he's
right
somewhere
now,
else.
so yeah, he's in Ohio.
Okay, yeah.
So he wrote me up a program that I've been following, and we're just staying in contact with that. As we get closer to Chicago and the Arnold's, I'll probably fly out there, do some, live-in with him, and maybe try and get him to come out to San Diego.
That'd be great.
Yeah. So, but and all going out to Orlando was really good. It really helped me because. See, some people, and I talk about this all the time, some people like to prep and do shows. Like Eddie, he does it on such like a positive note. It's just about positivity and worrying about himself. I need something to irritate me. I need something to bother me and eat at me because when I'm dying out or I'm getting weak or I'm making excuses why not to do another set or another rep, I picture someone. And it's usually in a negative way. It's usually something that bothers me so much that it forces me to do another one. And seeing Akeem in 6th place when he's never beat me before actually was such a good thing for me. And when I see him, if he likes me or not, I'm gonna tell him that. I'm gonna tell him that seeing him, not place what he wanted to place over and over again, and still at the end of the year, he ended up beating everybody who beat him, and that's really motivating to see that and to use that in my mind. So I do want that rematch, and I'm excited to kind of get back and see what I would do if I had placed for the Olympia.
Awesome. Eddie, I want to talk to you, and I have to say, man, you both look great, but I've seen Sergio last year. We prepped for Flying Under the Radar before the Arnold, and he was big as a house, and he's almost back there. I think he's like 4 or 5 pounds shy of what he was when you started Arnold, right? Correct?
Yeah, it's further out.
Yeah, so actually.
It's almost the same, right?
But I've never seen you this big. So of course, when I saw you in the picture, I was like, holy shit, what's going on with Eddie? And I was really happy for you because you've been doing this for a while, but it seems like this year it's clicking for you. Talk to me a little bit about what you've been doing different this year and why you look this way.
I think honestly it's before the previous years I was doing too many shows and not taking a really long enough off season, not long enough growing season. So I think that has a lot to do with it.
Okay.
I'm really giving myself and my body time to really take advantage of the extra food, the extra rest. And it's really helping out. And then
you told me off camera you kind of tweaked your training a little bit. What have you done different?
You know what works for me now? I'm 42 years old. I know I look like much younger. But,
yeah, much younger.
Anyways, I noticed that my body responds more to when I'm keeping tension much longer.
So a little slower,
yeah, a little
cadence,
slower.
okay.
Focusing on the negative.
Okay.
Focusing on controlling the weight all the way through. And of course, like there's some times where I go like just balls to the wall.
Yeah, you push some weight.
Yeah,
today.
we get heavier than I'm used to, but that's fun too sometimes. But the majority of my training I go slow and controlded, and it's really, it feels great.
So it's good on your joints, it's good on your tendons, all that stuff. Yeah. Sergio's still young. You don't have any issues with joints and tendons, do you?
No, it was just that shoulder, and really it was just me sleeping on it, and that's just kind of.
How weird is that? I asked you what happened to your shoulder. Says I slept on it wrong.
I know, slept on it. That's it. I mean, I guess that's proof that I'm getting big because now I'm so big, I'm literally injuring myself. But you know, if you think about Branch, what took him out, took Victor out, it was all their own body weight. You know, slipping, falling.
That's a lot of weight
to
carry.
So I think that's something that we don't really think about when you're getting into the pros. Is as you get heavier, you have to do certain things a lot different.
You're both over 300 pounds right now. You told me you're 305, you're 304. So you're almost the same weight. How do you live with that? I remember when Jay was 305, he was tired all the time. His feet were killing him, his back. How do you handle that weight?
When I first got to 300 pounds, roughly 3-4 years ago, I was struggling. Man, I was exhausted. I couldn't tie my shoes without huffing and puffing. It was tough. It really was, but I think now that my body has kind of grown into it, my body composition is obviously way different.
Yeah, I was gonna say both your body fats are fairly low for being 300 pounds. It's not like you're 300 pounds of jelly. So I think the condition. Are you doing cardio or no right now?
Not right now.
Not right now. What about you, Serge? You do cardio? No. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So your metabolism's like going.
Well, diet for me starts Monday. I need to do 19 weeks. I diet a little bit longer than he does.
Okay.
So Aceto's already sent me the diet. That starts Monday. So it's go time now. So no more cake for me.
That's it? All right. What about you? When do you start prep?
Pretty soon because we're planning on doing the same show. So it's going to be a rematch.
I want to talk about that. So you both competed in the nationals. Obviously,
2015.
Obviously, Sergio won that round.
Obviously.
You're both doing the same show, the Chicago Pro, which is Sergio's hometown.
Hopefully,
Why did you guys decide to do the same show? I'm curious.
I mean, we've been saying to do a show together for a while.
Yeah.
He just did Brazil. There was a couple shows he did that were just not going to work for me to do the Arnold. And then I did the Arnold, and then we know we were going to do Australia. So when I got stuck out there, I was there and he did Chicago, which was Atlanta.
Okay.
So it just worked out. We were just always in a different schedule. But we've been saying it. I mean, we've been saying it since I moved here.
Yeah, you moved here. That was the plan.
Do a show together because I've been talking about it that I don't think there's any workout partners that like back in the day they would train together and they got on stage together anymore. But that's not true anymore. Now you got Brett and Martin in Colorado, and they've been killing it. And they've been staying low key. Not a lot of people are talking about them. They're destroying it. Matt Berzicott and your boy.
Back in the day, Gaspari and the Haney. That was like in the 80s.
You can name tons back in the day. Flex Wheeler and Cormier are the epitome of that.
That's true. Yeah.
They were the only ones that placed first and second and third. So there's and Hunter and that Texas crew, they're starting to step it up. So it's time for us to represent. It's time to represent Southern California because unfortunately, I think Southern California is now dying. Venice is dead, LA is dead.
You may both have to move to Vegas. I'm sorry. I'm trying to bring all my friends to Vegas. I don't know if you've noticed.
I know that's what you want to do. No, we're trying to bring people back down to San Diego.
Until you change your governor, we're not coming back. Just so you know.
Things have changed so much here.
I know. It's tough.
It's tough.
Luckily, I was telling you off camera, this gym here is unbelievable. This is like really all the most concentration of pros you can have in Southern Cal. And the owners are great, and the gym is great. They have all this new equipment. They got outside, they're inside now. So you guys are in a good spot. And when I was still living in LA, and I would come to San Diego, it's like a different world. It's not the same. The vibe is much different.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It's good.
You can feel the difference.
You get a good thing going on here.
Yeah.
Well, now that he placed 5th in Chicago, 4th.
Well, Cal, was it 5th both? I couldn't remember. So
I think it was the 5th at Cal.
Yeah.
And then you don't even know what you placed?
4th.
Right.
5th and 4th.
5th and 4th. So now that he's like in that,
he's in the mix. Yeah.
I think people are gonna have to look at him.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've been really trying to yell in his ear is that now the door's open. Before he would enter a show, he'd look really good, and he kind of gets pushed in the back.
I know.
And it's just how it is. When you do the Cal, it's usually a superstar. You get Nathan coming out here. There's just tons of names.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, he wasn't really getting the looks he could have. But now the door's open, and now he has to really show up and put up.
You know what's funny though? Even though I placed top 5 last year, it was frustrating and annoying. Like these YouTubers that cover the shows, they would always show pictures and like say, yeah, this person was, you know, tight in the glutes and blah blah blah, and then go along the top 5, and they came to me. Yeah, Eddie got 5th place, $1,000. He closes with a Cedo, and then they move on. So that was it. I'm like, man, like that's all I gave you guys. Come on. And then yeah, so it just gets frustrating that even though I place in the top, it's like they don't really talk too much about it, you know.
I think it'll be different this year. I'm really. I remember how I felt when I saw him last year with such a good foundation. And we talk about the offseason being so important, and I think we both have it this year. I think this year your foundation is very, very good, and we're so far. I mean, it's just 19 weeks out.
Right.
You're only going to get better. I'm really excited for you guys. The question is, what will we be calling the next series leading up to the show? I'm gonna have to leave it up to Sergio to do that because he's got a really good.
Maybe they'll put some names in the comments. They can decide what the next series will be called.
So there you go. Sergio says for you guys, the fan, give some suggestions. That was his idea to call it fly under the radar. Of course, we can't say that no more.
Not anymore. Which is a good thing. I guess.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to see you guys in Vegas. You gotta come check out the Dragon's Lair Flex. And I know Jay would love to train with you guys. He insisted on for me to come here today. So we're excited for you guys, and then best of luck.
What's up, Jay?
Over the next 19 weeks. All right.
Awesome. Yeah.
All right.
I
See you guys.
I kissed my pants. The workout was so good.
It's okay.
That always, when he sees me, that always happens.
he gets excited, you know.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me, man.
Awesome.
Awesome.